Kuhu mai e te iwi, come on into the kauta one last time, hopefully just for a little while. This is episode 40 of Whānau Kai the Giving series. So I have now created 40 recipes and given them away to you wonderful people. And today is our last recipe. I'm doing my bread recipe, overnight hot cross buns. So the wonderful thing is you do most of the work the night before, and then you can invite the whānau over and have fresh hot cross buns in the morning. And today these are going to Kitty, who was nominated by her mahanga, her twin, Jodie, who just wanted to send some love her sister's way because she's been going through a bit of a rough time. Before we get started, here at Show and Tell, I wanted to show you Sure Bake yeast. In other brands, it's called bread maker's yeast. Now this is a little bit different, but great for beginner bread makers. It has got active yeast, it's been crushed with flour and then bread leaveners. So if you're going to use either active or instant yeast, you need to half the amount of yeast, but I say use this one. You got it? Ka pai. Nā reira, me tīmata tātou, let's get started. Koinei ngā kai ka whakamahia e tātou. Here are the ingredients you need.
Kia toru hauwha kapu miraka, 3/4 of a cup of milk. Kia hautoru kapu waiwera, 1/3 of a cup of hot water. Kia rua hautoru kapu huka one, 2/3 of a cup of caster sugar. Kia rua te kau mā whetū karamu ihi shortbake, 27 grams of shortbake yeast. Kia ono rau karamu puehu parawa, 600 grams of flour. Kia rua heki iti, 2 small eggs. Kia kotahi kokonui iho hūpere, 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Kia kotahi kokoiti allspice, 1 teaspoon of allspice. Kia toru kokoiti mixed spice, 3 teaspoons of mixed spice. Kia toru kokoiti hinamona, 3 teaspoons of cinnamon. Kia te kau karamu tote, 10 grams of salt. He kiri manarini, mandarin zest. Kia ono te kau karamu wai manarini, 60 grams of mandarin juice. Kia waru te kau karamu pata, 80 grams of butter. Kia kotahi rau rima te kau karamu tiakarete kua tapahi, 150 grams of chopped chocolate. Kia haurua kapu karepe kua tapahi, half a cup of chopped cranberries. Let's make some dough whānau. All we do is pour our miraka into a small bowl, along with our waiwera. This is just freshly boiled, along with our huka one, and our essential ingredient, our ihi, our yeast. Give it a stir and leave it for 15 minutes on the bench to froth up. It's looking good whānau, let's carry on. Haere tonu, add our Puehu parawa, heki, iho hūpere, allspice, mixed spice, our hinamona, along with our tote, our kiri manarini finely grated in, our wai manariri poured in fabulously, and then our finely diced pata. Looking good. Whakaranu here. Mix to combine. Use your hands to do this part and it will come together into this delicious dough. And you want to work this for 10 to 15 minutes until really shiny. And when you press in, it should spring back. That's when you know it's ready. Now you want to spread it out, kind of as wide as it can go, and then sprinkle over your tiakarete, which has been chopped finely, along with your karepe. And all I do is just spread it out and then fold in all the corners. This is the least messy way to do it. So fold in all of your corners and then you just want to work it until everything is mixed in evenly. Looking good. Now into a bowl, and you want to cover this and leave it on the bench. You want to rise it for 1 hour. Straight after that, it goes into the refrigerator for 9 to 12 hours and it comes out looking like this. And all you do is just press it on down into a large circle, and then I try and chop it into 12 equal pieces, and it never is quite as equal as I hoped. kind of looks cool, right? And now, because they're never even, I weigh them out. You want them around 120 grams each. That one is not 120 grams, kei te pai. Once it is, squish it down, have a smooth side, that's your top side, and then flip it over. If there's any pokey-arty bits, push them back in. And then you just want to manipulate your dough until it's nice and smooth and everything is enclosed. Then you flip it back over and manipulate it with your hands so the top is beautiful and smooth. Keep working it until it looks like that. Lovely. Into a tray, 25 by 35 centimetres long.
Pai, so our buns are created and all we do now is just leave them in the tray for 1.5 hours. But wait, there's more. If you want a hot cross bun, you have to have the rīpeka, the crosses. So about 20 minutes before the 1.5 hours is up, you need to create your little batter to make our rīpeka.
Kia hau toru kapu Puehu parawa, 1/3 of a cup of flour. Kia kotahi kokonui huka, 1 tablespoon of sugar. Kia haurua kokoiti pēkana powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Kia hau whā kapu wai, 1/4 of a cup of water. This couldn't be simpler. All you do is add your Puehu parawa, huka, pēkana powder and your whey into a little bowl. Give it a little stir, whakaranu here, mix to combine, and it will be quite a thick paste. You don't want it too thin, it will just run everywhere. And then I just pipe them on. And into the oven they go at 175 degrees.
Yay! Our hot cross buns are in the oven. Now, as a little thing, I thought as they baked, why not whip up some butter with some vanilla and maple syrup? And then you just pipe it into these little circles, set it in the fridge, and then when they come out hot, they melt on top. He whakaaro pai ne. What a good idea, right? Not sure. Check it out.
Kia kotahi rau karamu pataku tere tere, 100 grams of softened butter. Kia rua kokonui marahihi mapere, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Kia rua kokonui Puehu Huka, 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. Kia rua kokoiti pē wanira, 2 teaspoons of vanilla paste. All we do is add our pataku tere tere, marahihi mapere, Puehu Huka, and pē wanira into a bowl and just whip it until really fluffy. Then I just pipe it onto baking paper and refrigerate. And look at that! Our beautiful hot cross buns are baked to perfection and rubbed in butter and maple syrup. Hot from the oven, we add in our whipped butter. Let it sit for a moment and then spread that goodness all over it. It is so good. Mai tōku kauta ki tō kauta ki ki ana ki te aroha.
Kitty, I hope you love your hot cross buns, and I also hope that you are enjoying them with lashings of butter. Engari, mō tēnei wā. For now, Whānau Kai, the Giving Series, Series 1 is all over. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that Series 2 is going to happen later on in the year. Heoi anō. However, I am just going to keep creating wonderful content for you all, and thank you so, so much for all of your tautoko of this wonderful kaupapa. Tēnā ra wā tū koutou. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Engari mō tēnei wā, kua kati ngā kuaha o te kauta. The kitchen doors are closed. Mā te wā.
Whakaranu, mix. Whakaranu hia, mix it. Whakaranu hia ngā kai, mix the ingredients. Nōku ke te whiwhi, I am so fortunate.